What's up YouTube, it's Louis here. I hope you're all well. My god, look at that rejection off the downtrend that we had, in line with the golden pocket that we essentially had. We were telling you all this was getting pulled to this like a magnet, and that it must at all costs hold this golden pocket down here. I gave you in the last video. This was also where the bullish cross was, and I told you that as long as we could actually come all the way down to here, and as long as this holds, it's going to keep us in this falling wedge. As long as we can hold above 2 cents, then of course the bottom is in. Unfortunately, we fell through this, and of course lost this. This was an awful event for crypto, an unforeseen event, so a black swan event, because no one could predict the liquidation of whatever happened with FTX. What an absolute mess, guys. So essentially what should have happened over here, if this scandal didn't happen, you would have found support right here, and you would have continued, and you would have broken out of this large resistance. I think it was 300 plus days or so, confirm it as support, and then head out. Once you were eventually above this wick that you set, Vechain was essentially bullish and almost validating this double bottom. You just need to go ahead and break that neckline, and we would have seen 4-5 cent. 4 to 5 cent. But unfortunately, because of these children in the industry, we of course dipped down below. And of course, by creating a new lower low, you can see by losing the 1 fib level, we've started heading towards these targets over here. So thank God I was able to actually give you these in the last Vechain update. I wasn't able to make an update yesterday. I was just on Twitter the whole day and night. But also I did make a Bitcoin and quant video. Again, guys, the most important update for you right now is Bitcoin. Of course, Vechain is as well. But Bitcoin is the market, okay? Whatever Bitcoin's next move is, we're going to know what the market's going to do. Even quant was leading. I've been saying for 4 weeks on quant that quant needed to come down to the bullish cross. It came down to the bullish cross and even went below, but it has reclaimed it for now. We're waiting for the weekly close. Essentially, this is what we need to do for Vechain as well. What I would say, when we're looking at it on the daily time frame, what we can see on the daily time frame is that we've lost our key supports and we're quickly reclaiming them. Unfortunately though, we've got 7 hours left, and amazing that we are up 12.5% at the moment, but as you've lost this support, you're essentially running into it as key resistance. So if we're not actually getting above this purple line, then I'm assuming that we're just running into this green box as resistance, as well as the purple line for expected continuation. It's really good to see this move though, because it's giving the chance to actually reclaim this and make sure that essentially that was a bear trap. But that's not what is on my thoughts. I think that, of course, what's happened with this FTX situation, in my personal opinion, I do believe that this is going to have a much larger effect on the market than just simply 2 days of red candles. And so when we do look at support and resistance and lower lows and lower highs, or higher lows and higher highs, if we make a lower low, then the next move is a lower high. So guys, personally, for me, I know reclaiming this green box is a first step. Getting back above this purple line, closing the daily candle above it, is a first step. But I'm not going to be so confident about Vechain going up until it is actually breaking above this gold box. Until then, Vechain is not safe, because this is the last high. If you're not closing above this high, it's not an uptrend, guys. So you could literally come all the way to there, to the gold box. But if you're not closing above that, this is still a lower high. And so you would actually expect a lower low. So anything right now coming up, it's an amazing pump in the short term. Remember, if we want to see Vechain actually going up, we need to get above this level now. How the hell do we get up there? Here are the steps. Hold above this green line. So let's say that we fail to close above the purple, but we hold the green. Let's say we fail to close above the purple, but you still close above the green. So you're trapped within here. So the next day you're going to have to hold the green line of support. And hopefully the next day, well, whatever has to happen, you need to hold this green line of support. So if we were to close below the purple, you need to hold the green line of support. Then you need to break above the purple, confirm that area of support. Then we need to attack this golden pocket, which we should not have lost. You see this impulse up? You're meant to retrace into that to hold it. That's why I gave you this in the last Vechain update, and left you with the bullish cross. So all we need to do is retest that bullish cross, which was where the golden pocket was. And what should have happened is this expected continuation up. But because of this scandal with FTX, this is why we capitulated. This is why we saw this capitulation. So essentially, we have to redo everything. We have to look at the market fresh. And that's why I'm telling you now, this is the most recent high. If you're not getting above that high, it's not bullish. And you've made a lower low, lower than this low, lower than this low. These were your higher lows. Low, higher low, higher low. That's why I was so bullish for you guys. And that's why we saw a bullish cross and we were going up and we got pulled towards this like a magnet, exactly as we were calling. We saw the falling wedge over here, target met. We saw the inverse head and shoulders pattern being met. Remember, we turned the chart upside down and I was able to give you this target. I said this is going to get pulled towards here as a magnet. And what the next step is, hold these EMAs to continue this way. We turn it upside down. We need to hold these EMAs here. And that was the fib retracement. Push, exhaust into the golden pocket and continue. And on the golden pocket, we had the bullish cross. But guys, it failed. And the only reason it failed is due to external factors, guys. Things that are completely out of our control. So going forward, again, remember that this is now resistance as you made a lower low. If you get above it, wow, amazing. But then you need to reclaim this. Then you need to reclaim this to officially say it's bullish. Until you're reclaiming 2.8 cent, it's not bullish. So even if we were to have reclaimed 2 cent, which again, before we lost it, I was saying, as long as we're above 2 cent, Vechain is bullish. I was saying it every day and we were seeing these higher highs, which is amazing. Just because of this situation, everything changed. We need to take that into consideration now. We made a lower low. This was the most recent high. If we're not closing above that, any pump into it, it's just a lower high. So expect a lower low unless you get some sort of double bottom. But it's not expected, guys. The expected move is not that double bottom. The expected move is if we see a lower high below 2.8 cent, this is where we should expect continuation. So again, a first step would be reclaiming this, but the bearish cross that we've just formed, as well as this golden pocket, it is resistance. We can say as we're coming up, I can even give you some new fibs from the top to the bottom. Look, that golden pocket right there, I can drag this now all the way to here. So we've got the 050 and the 0618. I'll get rid of it now. We can see that as long as we're below this, we should actually expect continuation downwards. So even by reclaiming this green box, which is a first step, again, this was the higher low. We should have never lost it. But if we were to have reclaimed it, again, what I am expecting is that this is flipped to resistance. We've got 6.5 hours. I'm not expecting it to close above, but I might be wrong. And if it does close above, then I'm preparing you for the next step, which is a pump into this gold box. You can see the bearish crosses here. This is also going to be an expected resistance. Every time in the past we've run into it, you've come back down to the green box. So run into it, come into the green box. You can double bottom here to send you up because technically by closing in, yes, you're running into the bearish cross, which should signal lower lows like this. But if you were to find support on this old previous inverse head and shoulders neckline, you can actually come back all the way to the top and potentially break it. This is such a potential scenario. It's everything step by step. So we will be here together doing it day by day. But yeah, if we were to confirm this support, head out and break above the gold box. That's how we get up to here. But even doing all these bullish things, technically, if you're not above this, then you should expect to go down lower. So there's a lot to do going forward, guys. It's awful because even though we were holding these higher lows, we needed to eventually get up to here. And from there, I was expecting a dump. Like forgetting this obviously catastrophe, this event that no one had power over. We were meant to hold here to continue up, but I was expecting anyway, once we get here, we're going to have this bigger dip that this should hold. But if it fails to hold, it could get ugly back down to here or even lower to here. So that was when Bitcoin's reaching 25k or so. But we didn't have to get any of that anyway, did we? We got the children playing around with our cash behind our backs. And I'm so sorry to anyone involved in FTX. I really am. Like, I did honestly shed a tear yesterday for you guys, because I have a student of mine that I came close to, and Unfortunately had his funds in FTX. I'm lucky enough that I didn't use FTX. My goal, my vision throughout the whole bull market was to only be in coins that I known about from years prior. I didn't really want to jump on into new coins. That was just how I viewed the bull market. Maybe that's a good thing that I did, because I had many students that opted into buying Luna and FTT, although it wasn't any coin that I ever pushed. So really heart out to you guys, because you didn't even need to be involved in FTT to have your funds taken away from you. I hope it can get resolved. But again, the crypto markets will eventually bounce one day. Right now, because of this damage, I'm not expecting this to just last 2 days and lovey-dovey recovery. That's why I'm telling you about all these key resistance and the truth that if you're not above that, because this is the most recent high, if you're not getting back above that, then Vechain ain't bullish. If you want me step by step to teach you this, I have a pre-recorded course with over 30 videos that is 6 hours long. It will teach you from zero knowledge into becoming someone that can read the charts without looking at it twice, a self-sufficient trader. All the tools are there. You need to just go and build the house. It is currently 50% at the moment over on my Twitter, Louis_crypto. Please do private message me there. Just follow me there anyway, as I'll be posting updates throughout the day. I have been today, and I was last night, and throughout the last few days, being with you step by step along the way. Thank you guys. Like, subscribe and comment. Again, follow my Twitter. But if you want to take action on the course and you want me to help you, again, I have the course, but I also have one-on-one mentorship. The course is 50% off at the moment, and that is included in the package deal as well if you were to get both. Thank you. I'll catch you in the next one.